Hello everyone, welcome to the market outlook for the week. Gaurang Shah here from Geojit Financial Services, and as I speak to all of y'all at around about 11 o'clock this Monday morning, markets are trading absolutely flat. This is of course after last week fantastic recovery on the markets on fallback of course global news, more so from the US. If you recollect last week, our view was that we would be in a range, but the markets have surprised all of us and has given good recovery. Uh, to give you certain levels on the market this Monday morning around about 11 o'clock, well, the Sensex is absolutely flat, trading about 14 points down, and the level is 65,780 on the Sensex. Nifty is 10 points up, 19,740 is the level on Nifty. Bank Nifty has recovered after last week shock and the change in rules and guidelines with respect to unsecured loans, uh, which the banks and NBFCs give out. Bank Nifty has managed to recover a little bit. Up about 131 points. Nifty Bank at 43,715 is the level on Nifty Bank. Brent and NYMEX marginal uptick. Brent is at about $81.22 a barrel, and NYMEX is trading at about $76.43 to a barrel. Marginal uptick this Monday morning. And the rupee dollar, there is marginal strength in the rupee against the dollar, 0.02 paise. Level is about 83.24 rupees to $1. Let me give you a little bit of view on the market for this week. Uh, First of all, we are likely to see 6 odd companies coming to the market to raise funds via offer for sale IPOs. One of the company that is likely to hit the market from, I believe, 21st, that is tomorrow, is Tata Technologies. The floor price that has been decided for Tata Technologies is much lower than what the market sense or the grey market view was, and the floor price is between 475 to 500 rupees. After TCS and after almost about 20 years, this is the first company that comes out from Tata Group for IPO stroke offer for sale. Company is well established, has very strong fundamentals in terms of business. This is not a recommendation, this is just a view about the company. And of course, later on, we will definitely come out with an IPO note on Tata Technologies. But to give you just a heads up, comes with a very strong fundamental, operates in some niche segments as far as their businesses are concerned. And the market has been waiting for this IPO for a very long period of time. And the floor price that has been decided by the company of 475 to 500 is definitely very attractive. So this particular IPO amongst the 5 other names is likely to garner much more interest. Mind you, this is no recommendation, this is just a heads up about the company. On the other side, last week we saw RBI come down heavily on unsecured loans which were given out by the banks and NBFCs, and the whip was cracked. The requirements were raised from 100% to 125%. This is not the first time. If I recollect right, and if my memory serves me right, way back in 2019, similar margin requirements were put in place, and that about for unsecured loans it was about 125, but then it was scaled down to 100%. And now, after giving out a cautious note some time back to the banks and NBFCs as far as their exposure to unsecured loans is concerned, the RBI has come down and again raised the requirements from 100% to 125%. This primarily is because of the nature of the unsecured loans and the default run rate. If had it not been addressed this way and had it been out of control, then it would have kind of created a domino effect, a chain reaction, and it should have lead to a rather unpleasant situation and circumstances which would have been very difficult to regain control of. So it is good to see this move. It will bring in discipline, and of course, we all know what kind of issues are there as far as unsecured loans are concerned. So this is a good move. We have seen a correction come through, and after the correction and the statements made by the RBI, we also had some of the top management of banks and NBFCs coming and giving out clarification as far as their business outlook, impact on profit margins are concerned when it comes to raising the limits from 100 to 100. So it's not going to be any serious or major impacts on strong banks and NBFCs. Those who are involved into weaker numbers and weaker balance sheet may see a little bit of impact on the bottom line. But overall, I think it is a good move, and it will keep strong discipline as far as giving out loans to giving out loans in form of unsecured loans. So that will bring in a little bit of discipline. Let me give you the last 3 weeks what has happened to the market. And to rewind a little bit, on 26th of October, friends, we saw a level of 18,850 or 18,860. I'm talking about Nifty Spot. And from 26th of October to those lows level, we recovered very smartly in a matter of about 3+ odd weeks. And we saw a level of 19,850 or 19,860. And this was on 16th of November, last week that was. So we've recovered almost about 900 to 1000 points on the Nifty. And after this, and of course not to mention last week, fantastic recovery. So after seeing this kind of a recovery, I would be repeating myself, but possibly we might be going into a little bit of consolidation. Given the fact that in 3 odd weeks, we have recovered almost about 900 to 1000 points on the Nifty Spot. Similarly and so forth on the Sensex. So the view is that for this week, it's going to be more of a stock specific, sector specific moves that you will see. If we are able to take off 19,850 decisively on the Nifty Spot on the closing basis or give a close above that, then this momentum is likely to go up a little bit. But on the downside also, friends, we don't expect any major kind of down move, since we are able to stabilize. And this recovery was from the lower levels in the last 3 weeks and more so for the last week, was driven purely because of the news flow that we had from global markets, especially US, the kind of statements that were made, and of course the outlook in terms of interest rates, etc., etc. We also saw some FI buying activity also come through over the last week, couple of days, but remains to be seen whether this is sustainable or not. So the view is that markets may be in a range, very narrow range that is, but you will witness stock specific and sector specific ideas. Last week and week before, our advice to all of you all was to maintain buying activity in fundamentally sound stocks from a long-term point of view. Of course, we are under this state election process. First week of December, we'll know the outcome. Markets may react to it accordingly, depending upon which way and which direction the election results are, and who's going to form the party, who's going to form the government in which state, etc., etc. But those also will be a buying opportunity. Every time that we interact like this, we give you 2 investment ideas. This morning also, we have got 2 of them. They might be a repetition in terms of the advice, but important to revisit these investment ideas because the earning season has just ended. That is the second earning for this financial year. So the first name is from the infrastructure space, and the name of the company is PNC Infra. Strong name in terms of order book, execution, performance, earning visibility. Debt on the balance sheet is not anything that is of a concern. And of course, the company is able to garner more orders. And we are of the opinion that infrastructure sector overall is likely to see more orders coming their way on fallback of the development process that the state and the central government has embarked upon. So PNC Infra is one name. Mind you, this is a fundamental recommendation. So you need to have at least 1.5 to 2 year kind of time horizon when you get invested in infrastructure, because it will need that kind of a time, especially whenever there is a state election or a big election next year. The process of giving out infrastructure projects takes a little bit of backseat because of the code of conduct coming into effect. But good name to look at from a 1.5 2 year kind of a perspective. The second one is from the auto space, and that is a company that has not been spoken about much, Swaraj Engines. This company operates on various parameters, and we are of the opinion that on fallback of earning visibility and of course growth outlook, this is a good name. Not a very liquid counter on NSE and BSE, not very actively traded, but we are recommending it this particular name from a fundamental point of view. So over here again, you need to have at least 1.5 2 year kind of time horizon in case if you decide to invest in this company. Don't go all out. Start with a humble, small exposure, step by step in a disciplined manner. Whenever you get corrections, start accumulating these two stocks from a long-term point of view, and I'm quite sure they will turn out to be good investment bets in your portfolio over a longer period of time. Thank you very much for your patience hearing, and I'll see you again next week. Till then, take care. Bye-bye.